Item number SCP-1081. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. The two iterations of SCP-1081 currently in Foundation possession are to be kept in an insulated lead-lined containment locker in Storage Unit 13 at Site 38. Except for experimental purposes, SCP-1081 is never to be exposed to electric current under any circumstances, for fear of accidental activation. SCP-1081 is never to be removed from its containment locker except by D-Class personnel with noise-canceling headphones active at all times. Description: SCP-1081 1 and 2 are identical copies of a black audio projection unit in the approximate shape of a small humanoid, 30 centimeters in height. Being identical, they can be referred to collectively as SCP-1081. Markings on the speaker's exterior indicate they were produced by a company known as Ichus Projector Combine in a place called Abubakariya Deserts, or Abudasis. The speakers have input ports for several unknown types of electric cable and dials on the back of the head for density, rapidity, and the switch that can be adjusted to inactive, active, shut down, or reactivate. Though the power requirements of the device are different from any currently known standard, Foundation researchers were able to build an adapter to power the device at Redacted. Redacted V and Redacted A similarly, trial and error allowed for the development of input adapters for experimental purposes. SCP-1081 is capable of projecting sound at Redacted DV during normal use. The speakers will behave normally, though at somewhat subpar quality standards, during testing of any function other than shut down or reactivate. When the switch is set to shut down, the speaker will emit a high-pitched squeal for approximately 10 seconds, a sound described by researchers as being similar to a boatswain's whistle, followed by a voice speaking in an unknown language, composed of Greek and Latin words, with a syntax and grammatical structure similar to Cherokee. An approximate translation of the speech follows. Alex Silva University's Mary Integrators Player Company welcomes you to a show, performance, farce. Please refrain from thought-provoking, talking, expressing, or otherwise disturbing the players for the duration of the performance. Thank you for your cooperation, obedience. The whistle and message will be projected at Redacted DV. After this message, subjects exposed to the sound will find themselves completely unable to speak or communicate via nonverbal means, such as through sign language. Medical analysis of affected subjects indicates complete functionality of vocal cords and other non-neurological speech-related systems. However, neurological analysis indicates that the subject is afflicted with a particularly extreme case of Broca's aphasia, rendering them capable of conceiving speech but unable to express such thoughts through verbal or other means. Standard noise-canceling headphones can block out enough of the sound to disable its effect. Current research suggests it was designed with this in mind. Setting the speaker to reactive will cause a different message to be played. Thank you for your consideration during this performance by Alex Silva University's Mary Integrators Player Company. The show is now at a conclusion. Subjects hearing the second message will experience a reversal of their aphasia symptoms if exposed quickly. However, if the aphasia is allowed to remain in place for longer than approximately 24 hours, the subject will be immune to the second message and the aphasia is permanent. Moreover, affected subjects after this point will develop deep clinical depression and will frequently attempt suicide within the week. This is believed to be a standard reaction to such a sudden change in one's ability to communicate, rather than a secondary effect. Experimentation has determined that audio recordings of the respective sounds have no abnormal effects. Only sounds emitted from SCP-1081 transmit their properties to human subjects. When not exposed to power, SCP-1081 will remain inert except when shut down or reactivate are selected. The speakers appear to be capable of producing those two sounds regardless of any external power supply. The devices either possess internal batteries or are capable of drawing electrical power via indirect means from the room around them. Containment is designed to block any possible conduit for electrical transmission to SCP-1081. Addendum 1081-A Recovery Report SCP-1081-1 was found in a soybean field outside Redacted, Tennessee on 07/18/data expunged. The object was accompanied by a basic invoice in a standard shipping container, destination marked as Alex Silva University Theater Department, and an address somewhere in Alexandria Forests. SCP-1081-2 was found by hikers in a river near Redacted, Tennessee on 08/02/data expunged just over 2 weeks later. The packaging was identical, with 2 exceptions. First, the invoice now included a line reading, "Provided gratis and our apologies for the inconvenience." Secondly, the invoice was accompanied by a shorthand written note in a combination of Latin, Greek, a language similar to spoken Cherokee, and Old English. When translated, the note approximately read, "Guy, we have been doing business for a long time, as you are well aware. I swear on the graves of my forefathers that the previous shipment was completed satisfactorily on my end. I have no idea what could have happened. We both know the rumors. Tales. Guy, look at your own people before you blame us. This isn't the first time something has gone missing heading in your direction. Arkham Magnus alone knows where the objects, artifacts, are going, unless your natural philosophers are more precise than is presently believed. Threats and recriminations are unnecessary." Signed, illegible.